Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 with Southampton. It is now Boxing Day in game. We have played a bit more football. We've done alright. We have managed to get ourselves to a Carabao Cup semi-final, however. So that's something to look forward to. Not only have we managed to get ourselves to a Carabao Cup semi-final, if you look here, look in the top right-hand corner, our transfer budget is now £13 million. It was actually higher than that, and I've done some rejigging to try and get a bit more money into our wage budget. We were given £20 million by the board. I basically just said to them, hey, I'm doing alright in the league, can I have some more money? And they went, sure. So they gave me £20 million. It means January's going to get a bit more interesting. I am trying to sign about 4 players in January, and I'm hoping one of them goes through because one of them is potentially a massive signing for the club, both short-term and long-term. I'm not going to tell you who the players are just yet unless something comes through during this episode. Basically, the Brexit scenario has meant that a lot of these players, and by a lot, all of these players, because they're not British, have required some form of work permit. And I don't think we can get a work permit until the 1st of January because that's when all the work permit stuff changes. So I don't know whether we're going to see anything in this episode. We might do, we might not. But yeah, January the 1st, we could potentially have about 3 new signings. One of them, like I said, very, very exciting indeed. In between episodes, 4 matches have been played. We started off with a 1-0 victory against Newcastle. We then lost 3-1 against Arsenal. We weren't particularly great. We actually went 1-0 up without even having a single shot because Rob Holding scored an own goal. And then we kind of threw it away for the rest of the game. Getting us into this Carabao Cup semi-final was a 4-2 victory against Crystal Palace. And Nathan Teller once again getting on the score sheet. Shea Adams and Shane Long with 2 in this game as well. I played a massively rotated side because it's Christmas and it's COVID, so there's a lot of fixture congestion, which meant a lot of players weren't match fit, and James Ward-Prowse picked up a knock in this one. We then played Manchester City, and Fraser Forster was the only player on our team really to do anything. Danny Ings did score, but everyone else gets about a 6.7 or less rating. Forster gets a 7.7 and still conceded 3 goals. It means league table-wise, we are still up the right end of the table, 8th place now, 22 points on the board. There's a bit of a gap between us and 7th place Leicester of 6 points. But I think this season we're looking at mid-table, and I think if we stay mid-table, I'll be happy with that. So we are a day away now from the Sheffield United game. Here is a bit of analysis then for you. They seem to play a controlled possession, not sure whether that is good news or bad news for us. In terms of attack-wise, they don't have a lot of shots, but when they do, they go in. So I expect us to concede a goal late on because we can't keep clean sheets. No matter how much we try, we always concede a goal within the last 10 minutes of the game. So I expect Sheffield United to do that. We are starting to move our way into this aggressive clinical category. I like that. We are starting to become a very good scoring side. That is good to see. Defensively, we're still not great, are we? We do let... Arguably, we're the worst in the league, aren't we? We are probably the worst in the league. So, yeah, we're working our way into the quiet and leaky. Maybe that's what we need to do. So then, it is 8th place versus 9th place. Southampton versus Sheffield United at St Mary's Stadium. 28th of December. It's going to be a tough game, but this is the type of match that realistically we probably should be winning this game. If we can get 3 points here, it kind of establishes ourselves, I guess, as a mid-table side, which doesn't sound too impressive, but as a Southampton team who over the last few seasons have been threatened by relegation, I'll take a mid-table side come December. So the starting lineup then for the Sheffield United game will be Forster in goal, a back 4 of Kieran Freeman making his debut for the club against his former team Sheffield United. That wasn't by design, that was by force, because Kyle Walker-Peters is currently out injured, so Freeman is going to get a game today. Bednarek and Salisu will be in the middle of defence, with Ryan Bertrand as the left-back. The 2 midfielders, as always, will be Romeu and James Ward-Prowse, with Nathan Teller getting himself another start as that Ramdeuter on the right-hand side, with Redmond on the left. Shea Adams and Danny Ings will be our strikers today. We have a lot of goals in this squad, by the way. We score a lot of goals. Redmond's got 5, Ings has got 10, Walcott has 5 as well. Even Nathan Teller's got 2. Now, I can't wait until in this press officer social roundup thing we start seeing bits of information saying, I'm so glad Nathan Teller is playing. I've decided Nathan Teller, he's my project, which is a weird person to have a project with because in terms of potential ability, he's not the best. He's only got 3-star potential. We've got much better players with potential ability, but he has proved that whenever he plays, he does a good job. 2 goals in 3 games is actually very good for a 21-year-old winger who's not very good at football. Now, I'm a bit confused as to why old Richie here, I'm calling him Richie now, we're good mates, we've become best friends. He says we need to step our game up here and put an end to our bad run of results. We've played Manchester City and Arsenal in our last 2 league games. I think that's probably acceptable that we lost both of them. I'm just going to go, I expect nothing but a win. Danny Ings seemed motivated. Maybe that's all we need. Maybe we just need Danny Ings to be motivated. Lewis McCart of Sky Sports News has got a question for us in the tunnel. How do you think a gap of just 1 day since playing Man City could affect your players? They're knackered, to be honest. I actually gave them all a day off yesterday, particularly over Christmas. I think this is just harsh. This is cruel. The rest of the world is normally taking lots of holidays around now. I think we're going to do well. Everyone is prepared. No, it certainly doesn't make things easy. There we go. Salisu has been rock solid. He's good. I mean, we'll go with that one. He is also fit enough. He is. He won't be for maybe the next few games because he does need a break. Are you happy with Jan Bednarek's performance? Yep, of course I'm very happy with Jan Bednarek. Here we go then. I need to move myself to be in the bottom corner because it's a match day and we're sticking with this for the moment because I think it works. I'm out of the way just enough. Now, I have been playing around with this little pop-up for instructions. I think it pauses the game as well when you do it. So I have been kind of starting to use this and using some of the information that seems to come with it, which is quite handy, and it's very unlike me. Usually, I just click play. It's an early chance possibly going Sheffield United's way. John Egan's header goes over the bar, still 0-0, 12 minutes on the clock. We've now got a chance. James Ward-Prowse with the corner from the right-hand side. It's a header clear. Nathan Teller collects it. Deep inside the Sheffield United half. Crosses it, doesn't find anyone. Ampadu and Osborne combine to get the ball upfield, but hopefully it's not coming back towards them. Burke's misplaced pass, though, is what is going on here. Romeo's not had a good game so far. He's not had a particularly good few games. Against Man City, I don't think he was very good. And against Arsenal, I don't think he was very good either. So maybe we need to think about possibly giving Romeo a little bit of a break. Maybe playing Ibrahima Diallo. Freeman with the throw. Former Sheffield United man. Romeo, is he going to cross it in? Plays it on the ground to Shea Adams. Romeo once again. Get a cross in, buddy. Does eventually kind of cross it. Bertrand, Danny Ings is there. Danny Ings' effort towards the front post is saved by the former Bournemouth man. Oh, this is not ideal. This is not ideal at all. Ryan Bertrand is injured. Potential groin injury. We don't have any fullbacks on the bench. Probably should have thought this. Yes, we do. Of course we've got a fullback. It's Moussa Janapo. I mean, he should probably be a right back, so we'll just do that. We'll put Freeman on the left, Janapo on the right. Yes, that's the thing. I'm sticking with that. Moussa Janapo is going to be a fullback. So far, not the most exciting game of football. I'm going to try a shout. I'm going to try and fire them up. Did it do anything? I mean, Freeman's face went from a purple one to an orange one. I don't know what that means. It is going to be 0-0 at half-time. Very little taking place in this game at the moment. And as you can see, fairly even. It seems fair. Neither team can score. 0.32 and a 0.34 in the XG numbers, whatever they really mean. Do we throw a water bottle? We don't throw a water bottle. Thrash arms. I can't aggressively say I'm not happy. Point finger. There we go. I'm not happy. People seemed motivated. That is good. Teller's apprehensive. Don't worry, Nathan. You'll be fine. Now, I changed it so we're only playing one episode or one match per episode, expecting to have 20-minute long matches, which always seems to be the case. We've had about 3 highlights against Sheffield United. Our strikers have not turned up. Danny Ings is on a 6.3, so he's going to come off for Shane Long. We've also got Teller's going to come off for Armstrong. No, for Walcott, I think. And we will stick with that. No one's playing well. It's just a pretty dull game, I think, for both sides. Approaching the final 20 minutes, and we've finally got something taking place in the second half. Moussa Janapo plays it into Redmond at the back post. Not a very good effort from Nathan Redmond. Straight into the hands of the keeper. There's been 4 shots on target all game so far. 4 shots on target and only about 7 in total. Ramsdale's kick out is going to hopefully come back towards him. It's Freeman, Kieran Freeman over the halfway line, in toward Prowse. Now Redmond, in towards the middle of the pitch, which is something he does fairly often. Shane Long takes a touch, and Shane Long with the goal. He's played very little football for us. So much, in fact, or so little, in fact, I've transfer listed him. Since I've transfer listed him, he scored 3 goals for us. We are 1-0 up against Sheffield United. It is a great finish from Shane Long. Don't throw this away now. Do not throw this away now. Again, as I said earlier, we're a team that concede goals late on. So we possibly need to consider about shutting up shop maybe in the next 10 minutes. If we get a second, that would be good. Redmond loses out to Jack Rodwell, who finds Burke in the penalty area. Is he going to cross it in? He's just walked it himself, and Forster just can easily pick that one up. Wasn't really a highlight there. Probably should have scored, though. I was about to do our final change, and then I've realised we've done all 3 subs, so we're not going to do a final change. We will, however, start to be a little bit more defensive and a bit more time-wasty, because we've got about 10 minutes to play. So we're going to go to cautious, I think, or do we go defensive? No, we stick with balance, but we start wasting a bit of time. We slow the tempo down a bit. We do much longer passing. Is that a good idea? I don't know what I'm doing with that. I'm just clicking buttons. Ward-Prowse with the free kick, seconds after I've done my changes. It is Phil Jagielka. How is Phil Jagielka playing in the Premier League still? He is 609 years old. Walcott to Ward-Prowse. It's a great tackle from Norwood, but it finds Redmond instead. Adams takes a touch, goes for goal. Almost made it 2-0 with 10 minutes left. Right, we've kind of earned this win. If it stays this way, we've started to earn this win. Looking at the XG, we've got a 1.05. Although, we are now in the 85th minute, which is prime time for us to concede a goal. Ward-Prowse has nicked it though. Walcott across to Romu, lumps it upfield. Shane Long, is he going to get his second of the game? Takes it out wide, a little bit too wide. Doesn't get enough power on the effort, and Ramsdale can easily save that one. I'd like to point out, Moussa Djenepo's on a 6.8 as a right back. And on the left-hand side, Kieran Freeman's on a 7.1. Time is ticking away. Are we going to pick up the 3 points and a clean sheet? That is our second clean sheet of the season in the league. 2 clean sheets in about 15 games. We've won, and by the end of it, we should have probably won by a lot more, but I'll take the victory. Shane Long coming off the bench, scoring the winning goal. Not bad. Joe Bailey's asking me the same question that they always seem to ask. What are my thoughts on technology? I don't care. Ryan Bertrand injured himself today. Can you estimate how long he might be out for? I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked. Does it tell me? Can we find out? It just says awaiting treatment. He's got a groin strain. So, early sign suggests it's a bad one. I can't confirm. But it's better than it's feared. I don't know what I'm saying. I have no idea. Many consider Bertrand to be one of the central figures at Southampton. It's fine. We'll be fine. Hopefully the team can rally around and remain strong despite Ryan's absence. Yeah, we'll just say that one. Because we've still got Tyrick, what's his name? Mitchell? I think it's Tyrick Mitchell is still here. We've got Jake Vokins. We've got Kieran Freeman as well who can play. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to miss him too much. Kieran Freeman had a great game out there today. Do you expect that will increase interest in his services? I'd like it to. I have transfer listed Freeman. So if we can get like 5 million for Freeman for a player who we bought on a free and then didn't play, I'd take that. Why have you adopted this particular tactical approach? I mean, you ask me the same questions every time, and it's always the same answer. So 16 games into the season, almost at the halfway point, 25 points on the board. And we've kind of closed the gap, but I think we've closed the gap because no one else above us seems to have played. Yeah, that looks about right. Moment of truth then. What is this Bertrand injury? Is it a big one? Is it a big one? It is 3 to 4 weeks. Not awful. Not the end of the world. We can cope. Like I said, we can cope. We've still got Kieran Freeman. We've got Vokins. We'll be fine. Mohamed Salisu is jaded and can do with a rest. You are right. I'm going to put my arm around him. Come here, Mohamed. And he remained unchanged. Fair enough. I'm going to rest you for the next match as you're looking a bit tired. What does he say? I appreciate that. A rest would do me good. Good job. So he's going to have himself a lovely little rest. And Pierce brings in new faces. I did bring in 5 people, didn't I? Ryan Porteous, which cost probably too much money. He has played, by the way. He's played a few games. He's not played a massive amount of football, but he's played a few. Hopefully, in the next episode, this list here on the left-hand side that I'm kind of covering is going to get longer by about 4 more names. That's the plan. That is the hope. We're going to have to wait and see until the next episode. Next episode, what we are going to do, we are going to be playing the Arsenal game in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And obviously, transfer window is also open, so we might kind of do all of this in one episode. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm talking as if I've planned things. I never plan things. You should know this by now. Well then, that is going to do it for episode 4 of Football Manager 2021 with Southampton. We have started the season. I say started, we're halfway through the season, and we're doing a good enough job. Mid-table, I think, is probably where we're going to finish. Maybe top half if we keep this decent form going. If we pick up the points against the teams below us, drop points against teams above, which seems to be something we do fairly frequently, I think we can probably finish about 8th or 9th. thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell as well so you can get notified whenever a new video goes out. And I'll be back in the next episode with the Arsenal game. See you next time.